Help support AMTV by becoming a patron, an AMTV staff member, and following us over on Twitter.
Hi there guys, it's Adam Martin here, and welcome back to another episode of the Now Review. And for today's instalment we're going back only a year, just back to 2017, and we're going to take a look at now that's what I call classic soul. Now classic soul I think is one of the best, just want to get this right off the bat, is one of the best subgenres that Now has ever done, because I love soul music, but also the fact it's classic soul. So they're placing themselves on being, at least, pre-1980s in that respect. Let's have a look at the cover. You've got a lovely, you can see like a vinyl disc behind the title. It's all nice and gold and shiny, and this just reeks of Clash. Do you know what I mean? Like, this just takes you back to an era where things were a bit more classy, a bit more sophisticated, if you will. Spine's a bit weird. It just says Now Classic Soul. It doesn't have, maybe the title was too long to go on there, but most of all these others have their full titles on the spine, so I don't know what this one had the excuse of. Also, it's red, which seems to contrast a bit with this background colour. It doesn't work very well, so not the best spine, but I really do enjoy the cover. But now we've got to look at the all-important track list. So, let's CD1. We've got Marvin Gaye, the Jackson 5, Stevie Wonder, the Supremes, the Four Tops. As you can see as we skim down here, a lot of these right off the bat are hits from the Motown era. So Motown was set up in around 1958, I believe, and basically they dominated a lot of the 60s charts. You can see on CD2, like Michael Jackson, again Stevie Wonder, the Four Tops, the Supremes, Jackson 5, Marvelettes. So many Motown hits on this compilation, but it's easy to see why, because as we go through these three CDs, Motown basically encapsulated this whole classic soul theme that this album is going for, and we finish with Marvin Gaye once again. So this came out in 2017, but as I said, the vast majority of these songs are from the 60s, some are from the 70s, and the majority are Motown. Now, one of my favourites, I do love Jackson 5, of course, and anything Michael Jackson, but there's a song here called Papa Was a Rolling Stone. There it is, by The Temptations, track 24, and this song is fantastic. I highly recommend you give that a listen. And what's nice is, look, there's 27 tracks on disc 1, 26 on disc 2, and 26 on disc 3, so this is also one of the Now albums where you're getting more than 70 songs. If my maths is correct, you're actually getting 79 songs on here, which is incredible for a 3-disc album. So you're definitely getting your bang for your buck in terms of the track list and the amount of songs. But we'll talk more about the track list later once we have a look inside. It's the latest chart hits anytime in the Now Music Plus app. Now 96 was advertised at the time. No one wants the app, or I'm not bothered anyway. So there's disc 1, and I really love these discs. They're styled like little vinyl 7-inch 45 RPM records or singles back in the day. You've got like the vinyl on the outside and the coloured inlay, and you've also got the logo, not in the top for once, on the side, and disc 1, just like you would have, say, on a vinyl record. Disc 2 has an orange tint in the middle, and disc 3 has a sort of brown reddy tint. That's the least favourite of mine. I do like the orange one. It reminds me of the old Epic logo from the mid-70s that they used for a while on their singles, and overall it's just a lovely design. Definitely, this is probably one of the best design, apart from the spine that we talked about earlier. Just the cover and these 3 discs are so well designed, so in keeping with the theme of the, well, not just classic, but also the soul theme as well. Now, where oh where can you pick this album up? Well, you can still get it from places like HMV. It's still quite new. It's now in their 2 for £15 range, which means it'll be £9 on its own if you just want to get that one. You can probably find it in second-hand places. I haven't come across it myself. I got this from HMV, so I don't know how much it actually goes for. My guess is around the same, like £8 or £9, because it's still really new. And who is this really for? Well, if you're a fan of, let's put it this way, they may as well have just called it Now That's What I Call Motown. If you're a fan of Motown, you will like this, as the vast majority of songs are from Motown artists. But if you're a fan of soul music in general, or classic R&B as well, then again you'll definitely get a kick out of this. And if you're not even familiar with the genre, it's one of those, say you scan down, you say, yeah, I know about 5 or 6 songs on each disc, then it's definitely worth the investment, because there's so many hidden gems in here that you'll discover for the first time, and it's so great. Even for me, I'm a big soul/Motown fan, but there was a few songs here that I discovered or rediscovered that are just brilliant, like James Brown's It's a Mad, Mad World, or Percy Sledge is on here somewhere with When a Man Loves a Woman, which is quite possibly, there it is, there you go, track 14, that's possibly one of the best soul songs of all time. But you've just really got a huge slice of what was popular back in the 1960s and how the soul genre dominated the entire field, or not the entire field, but the vast majority of it, and it often stands as this genre was the best kind of music from the 1960s. So if you're a fan of classic music, if you're a fan of soul, R&B, Motown, just R&B music in general, then this album is a must for you. It's certainly one of the best now spin-offs that has ever been in recent years in terms of design, in terms of the track listing, in terms of the quantity of tracks that you're getting as well. It's just a really, really solid album. I'm going to go one step further and say it's a must-own for any person's Now collection. And that is all for this installment of the Now Review. Thank you very much for watching. Please like the video, share it around, subscribe. But until the next one, I will see you all next time.
Thank you to our patrons for helping to support the show, and a special thank you to Macra, Jen Samantha Pringle, Hooks Media, Ben Freeman, Ethan Carberry-Holt, The Welsh Lady, Bruce Danton, The Broken Kitsumanoid, and Cooking at Nans and DIY, our AMTV staff members.